Hi, everyone, and thank you for joining me for the Monica Makes It Happen social media show. I'm Monica Morales. You can see me every day on Pix 11 News fighting for you and your community. This show is about stories and people you care about. We highlight the community champions, too. We also fight to get you the resources, repairs, and respect you deserve. Tonight's episode is all about women in business who are making it happen. The bosses, both Google and LinkedIn, are here. We'll have tips about how you can land that high-paying job. But first, this.
Monica Makes It Happen is sponsored by London Disability, dedicated to helping the disabled get Social Security benefits.
All right, and so the competition to get a job is fierce, especially for recent or soon-to-be graduates. Last week, I got to check out a career expo in Union Square, and top executives of major companies shared secrets with high school and college students, all on how to land that dream job. Take a look. What if you could talk to the bosses of Amazon, New York Life, Dow Jones? Well, this event allowed students to do just that, and well, we are sharing the secrets of getting that dream job.
Don't forget LinkedIn and Shift and Human Options.
Get hired!
So would you want to work for Google?
I could see that being a possibility.
20-year-old Basil Jabarin from Clifton, New Jersey is a junior at Seton Hall, majoring in finance. He hopes to someday land a dream job at Google. Thursday, he is one step closer. Okay, let's make it happen. Basil, this is Google.
Hi, I'm Josefina from Google.
I'm Basil Jabarin. I'm an undergraduate at Seton Hall University.
Amazing, nice to meet you. I think you can do it. I think you have what it takes. And you're very sharply dressed today, so I'm glad that you made the time to come.
Did you just say he's going to do it? Did you just...
I think he can do it. He's going to do it.
He's just one of more than 150 students from dozens of high schools, community colleges, universities, and trade schools coming together in Union Square at a place called Civic Hall.
Yeah, Civic Hall was created as a place for tech for good, and what we do is we bring people together who want to help others.
Students got a chance to ask questions.
How could I better find a place for me in New York life?
I think it's great that you're open-minded.
And talk one-on-one with potential future bosses.
She kind of thought I could actually do this, but just keep practicing.
It's a collaboration between Civic Hall and Human Options. Do you have to have a college degree to get that dream job?
No, I believe your energy in looking for a job, in volunteering, putting yourself out there, networking, get to know people, get out of your comfort zone.
From a lead scientist at Amazon, the head of strategy at Google, and branding experts at LinkedIn, they're all in one place to help these students begin their careers. I moderated one of the panels. The burning question? All right, how do you get that dream job?
Show up and get involved.
Follow your passions.
Buy my book, The Graduate Bible, and get on LinkedIn.
Network.
Just reach out and be enthusiastic and be nurturing.
Be of service to others and build relationships.
Yes. Get that job.
See you all at Civic Hall again in the fall. We're in Human Options, and Civic Hall will collaborate again.
And if you want more tips on how to land that dream job, we'll have 11 tips for you right on our website at pix11.com/Monica. At Civic Hall, Monica Morales, Pix 11 News. Yes. Yeah, we had so much fun, let me tell you. I also learned so much from that event. Now I'm bringing those bosses right here for a deeper conversation on how to get that job. Joining me now is Josefina Rodriguez, Strategy and Partnerships at Google. Wave, say hi, that's her.
Hi.
Emma Vites Patel, the Senior Talent Consultant at LinkedIn. We're so happy to have you here. The author of The Graduate Bible. We're going to talk all about that. Love it. Kamina Singh, the founder of Human Options, a company creating connections for mentorships and jobs. Thank you all for being here. What a power panel.
Thank you for having us.
I have to say, sometimes I'm always amazed, who do we get in the studio? I'm excited. I brought you here because, well, first of all, Josefina, what you said was so epic. People watching need jobs, want better jobs, don't we all? Yeah. And you said the interview process, when they say, what's the key question that you want to get out there, and the biggest mistake, the biggest thing you could tell them? Tell me.
The hardest question, I think, is the first one. Tell me about yourself. And I think the job hunt today is difficult, it's challenging, it's long, but the good news is that interviewing is a skill, and anyone can practice and anyone can learn. So I would say, for that first question, to tell me about yourself, it's really an opportunity for you to shine. So bring your authentic self into it, tell your life story, weave that into it. Be sure to show your passion for the job, like why this job, why this role, why this industry, and show your enthusiasm. And to structure your tell me about yourself, it's always good to start with the 3 Ps, I say. So the first is your present. So talk about what's your role now, what do you do now? Second one is your past. So talk about how did you get up to that point in your life and all of your amazing accomplishments. And then the third one is to talk about your potential future. So your potential future with the company.
Oh, I love the 3 Ps. Okay.
And what your future would look like with the company. I always like to end with, I would be proud to work at X company.
Oh, that's good. And you know what I love? Because I know people watching, they dream about working at Google or LinkedIn or all these big companies. And you're giving us this little insight. But there's so many layers of interviews. I did not know that. And I love that they're setting us up when they that trick question at the top. So be weary. Don't just relax and be like, oh, let me tell you. But it's really strategic in that question, and you gave us the tip, so I love that. What's the #1 skill you're looking for someone? You talked about presence. Is it really that simple, the energy that you bring to an interview?
Absolutely.
Really?
And I think the #1 skill plays upon what you just said. I think the #1 skill is adaptability.
Yes.
So in today's job market, there's so much happening. Things are happening so quickly. Technological changes, AI is coming.
Yes.
And it's just so important to show that you have agility, that you have flexibility, that you're able to problem solve and think on your feet. And the job interview is the perfect time to show that. So if you're present, if you're active listening and showing that you can adapt to everything that's being thrown at you, then you can show that you're able to thrive in a dynamic environment,
wow,
which
really
is what it is today.
You're really testing me here. And the rejection, let's talk about it, because I hate to talk about it, but it's so important. We don't talk about it enough. We're rejected a lot. I'm rejected a lot. I'm rejected every day, folks, okay, when I'm trying to make things happen. What do you want to tell people watching? They feel rejected, they're not getting that job, they need a job. What do you want to tell them?
Yeah, rejection is tough. It's a natural part of any process of learning. So I think the best way to get over rejection is to just become comfortable with it and anticipate it, because there's almost no job hunt where you don't get a rejection.
Yeah.
I don't think that companies are even looking for any employee that has never had setbacks. It's really about your resilience. And so it's really about reframing. Like, a bad interview is never a bad interview because it's an opportunity to learn, right? And if you think about it, when you walk into an interview, people think there's either a yes or a no that's going to be the outcome of this.
Yeah.
But in reality, there's a spectrum of outcomes that could come out of it. So they could say, no, not right now, maybe in 6 months or a year. Or they could say, not for this role, but maybe there's a better role for this person. So some ways that you can try to change that no into a yes would be to address some of those concerns in your follow-up, in your thank you emails, and to keep in touch with them.
And you said the student that we saw in the video followed up with you.
He did.
So he's getting that job. I have a
Basil.
good feeling. And we're going to do a story on you because you are from Washington Heights. You have an incredible story. So I don't want to tell too much because I'm going to put you on TV coming up, because I just fell in love with all three of all of you are going to get TV stories after this. Emma, coming to you. You have a book out. I mean, you are an author, and you really majored in what success looks like right now. What's the #1 thing you could tell someone watching who is struggling to get a job, needs a job, wants a better job?
Right, okay. So #1 thing to get a job, well, you've got to work on adding value. So I think a lot of people always forget that getting a job is actually about adding value to an organization. And they think, oh, they just expect to get a job, right? And so put yourself in a company's shoes and start thinking about why are jobs available in the first place, and then start marketing yourself and positioning yourself in a way that's going to help with that.
I love that.
Yeah.
Because I had a boss tell me that once. I was like, how do I get hired here? He's like, well, just keep adding value. Keep adding value to yourself, and invest in yourself. Because sometimes we think, oh, I can't take that class. Yes, you can, right? And that's what your book talks about. Let's talk about your book.
Thank you.
Huge, the Graduate Bible. We're going to show a picture of it around here with our magic. So what do you want people to know about that? I mean, you're a LinkedIn boss, which we love LinkedIn, by the way. I use it every day.
Yeah,
I have
LinkedIn's
that premium
amazing.
membership, which is so useful. But I mean, what do you want people to know about your book?
Yeah, so I wrote my book at a really unique time of life. So I actually had the privilege, I ran a recruitment business in Australia and in the UK. And what we did was we ran assessment days and we got graduates in. And from 500 people that we telephone interviewed a week, only 30 made it through to the assessment day, and only 5 would make it through our process. So we were literally rejecting, talking about rejection, 495 people a week.
Wow.
That was a lot of people.
Why?
And so,
What would you say that, I mean, what made the difference between the 5 that got in and the whatever hundreds that
a
did?
lot of it is to do with energy, like as Josefina was saying, like, and that's why investing in yourself and investing in your mental health and investing in happiness strategies, and I write about that in my book too.
This is so opposite thinking of what we were taught, right?
Absolutely.
Especially at a certain age. Myself, the QVC boss was here, and I'm respectfully of a certain age, but you're saying mental health is number one.
I
So,
honestly really believe that,
happiness?
because your energy, if you think, I'm an NLP master practitioner in neurolinguistic programming, and so 96% of what we do, think and feel is subconscious. So if you think about that, the energy you're putting out is all to do with your subconscious, so you really have to work on that. But
if you're not happy, can you pretend that you're happy if you're not happy? I'm just saying that for myself, of course, because sometimes I don't wake up and I'm not feeling Monica makes it happen. You know, I'm feeling Monica doesn't make it happen. So then what do you do?
I have a happiness routine that I follow. And so I worked with Dr. Amy Cagé. She has a PhD in positive psychology. And if you wake up and smile, it's actually been scientifically proven to really put you in a positive
smiling.
mood.
You're always
smiling. You're always smiling.
So you can't be sad when you're smiling, I guess. I mean, sometimes I can cry while I'm smiling. I mean, I've done that a few times myself, but depending on the day. But I see what you're saying.
Yeah, it's
and
a
gratitude.
trick. And gratitude
Yeah.
is obviously really important. But actually, one thing that I did want to call out, so what did we look for? I think the number one skill that we looked for was communication skills. And then going back to what Google and LinkedIn look for, communication skills is up there. And actually LinkedIn launched a report recently, the most in-demand skills. And guess what? Soft skills were the top 3.
What?
So communication skills was number 1, and I write about that in my book. So I have a whole chapter on how to improve soft skills.
It's hard not to like someone who likes you. I've learned that. My mom taught me that. Just like the person, even if you don't really, and it's hard not to like that person. Let's talk a little bit about how I get your book. How do I get your book?
So Amazon.com, obviously, Barnes & Noble.
And it's called?
It's called The Graduate Bible. And at the end of the day, I just want to help people. And I believe I am. Like a lot of people are messaging me going, actually, you've really helped me. So if it helps even one person, then I'll be happy.
I have a feeling it's going to help a lot of people.
Okay,
so we're buying it right now. And we're here because of you. We're here because of you, Kamina. You're the reason why you brought us all together. I was so impressed by the amount of bosses that you got to show up in one place. What's your secret, Kamina? I mean, why are you so passionate about helping people thrive in the job market right now?
So first off, thank you for the privilege. You're the original boss. Congratulations on your 7th Emmy nomination. I mean, that's unbelievable.
Geez, you did your research. I like that.
Sure, I did. You have to, right? That's what gets you to the other end, like Josefina was saying. And I love the soft skills. I actually call them power skills. I feel like it's so important. But before I go there, I want to tell you why I started Human Options. And I must tell you, back to LinkedIn. LinkedIn is what hooked all of you in here.
That's right.
It's unbelievable. If you're not on it, get on it right now.
Yeah.
When I was in college, I didn't do an apprenticeship, a mentorship, nor an internship. All my ships sailed by. When I graduated, I didn't have a career plan. After working for a few years, I realized that my story was not unique. Hence the genesis of Human Options. So what we do is we create meaningful connections for mentorships, internships, apprenticeships, and jobs. And we allow our audience to explore familiar and unfamiliar career options via storytelling by leaders like you. It uplifts people. When you hear their stories, it's normal people who make it to the top. And if you iron out your problem skills, you can do it. And I wanted to say something really quickly before we move on. In the clip, you asked me if you need a college degree.
Yes.
And I wanted to emphasize, for people like us with accents, immigrants, first generation college, first generation American, it's very important. It fine-tunes you. It taught me how to communicate. It taught me to speak slower. It taught me, I can be accepted. It exposed me to different cultures, different people. My lifelong friendships were formed in school.
I love that. And you know, Josephine and I connected immediately because both our parents cleaned homes. So I love what you say, that ordinary people can be extraordinary.
Yes.
And I think so many times these events bring out the best in the best of us. And I really feel like we're all the same. We all come from the same backgrounds. We're all one. So the more that we connect, the more we realize that, and the more powerful we could become. Specifically as women, did you notice it's all women today? We did have a male panelist. I'll bring him back. He's from Amazon. But I mean, hope. I always like to end with a round robin of hope. Kamina, you first. What's the hope that you can give someone watching? Because some of our viewers right now are really, jobs is always top. This is why I'm doing the show. Jobs is always #1 on our pix11.com page. And there's a reason. People are looking. Give them hope in 30 seconds. What can you tell them?
Never give up. Our attendees are life students. They're between 16 and 75. In 2019, we had a first-generation, underserved woman attend our event. She connected with JP Morgan. She's now a vice president at JP Morgan.
Excuse
I said
me,
JP
we love
Morgan.
JP
Hello,
Morgan
Jamie
here at
Dimon.
Pix11. We love Jamie Dimon. And so we need to do a story on that. Okay, so coming up on TV, Emma, 30 seconds.
I have a really good story. I write about it in the introduction to my book. And basically, there was a young guy that came to see me, 17 years old, no college, didn't have a clue what he wanted to do. And I said to him one question. I said, "What do you like doing?" And he says, "I like spending 8 hours a day playing video games." And I said, "Who do you think would find that valuable?" And he realized that a gaming company would find it valuable. And if you read the book, you'll learn how I did it. But at the end of the day, he got a job as a games tester at Sega.
You totally changed his life.
Changed his life.
Just by asking the right question, and guiding. I always feel like we need a little bit of guidance, like a coach of some sort. Josephina, 30 seconds.
Ooh, I would say be resilient. Be like an athlete. Your career is your sport. And practice, 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 and never give up. For me, I work at Google now, as you know, but the job
I don't think I'll forget that. You are the goals here.
But it took me 4 tries to get my job at Google. So I interviewed 4 times before I got it. And my story is not that unusual. You know, if you keep trying, you can really do anything.
Well, you're incredible. Can we do this again? I mean, I want to hear from you guys on a regular basis. I know my boss was outside. Chris, we need to do this on a regular. Thank you so much for coming in. And we're going to have you guys on again and again, and we're going to do stories on all of you on TV. And thank you for watching. Be sure to tune into my next Monica Makes It Happen TV show. That's Monday, August 26th, which is my mom's birthday, by the way, at 4:30 p.m. We're going to be talking about affordable housing. We have a huge guest. I'm not going to tell you who it is yet. It's a big guest. We're going to talk about creating wealth in our neighborhoods. You can also watch me every night at Pix11 News at 5:45 and 6:45. And reach out to us with your stories and videos at Monica Morales TV on all of our social media platforms. Maybe you could be on our next show. We're making it happen together. See you next time. You guys were incredible.